roles and features. Now we'll click next on before you begin screen. Okay, we got to select the server from which we are going to remove the Active Directory Domain Services role. In our case, we are going to remove the Active Directory Domain Services role from DC02, and DC02 is already selected, so I'll click next. Alright, now we need to uncheck the roles that we would like to remove from DC02. So we'll uncheck Active Directory Domain Services, and we'll also remove the dependent features of Active Directory by clicking Remove Features. Now you can see that the wizard is running a validation check. So it ran a validation check to see if the selected roles and features can be removed from the domain controller. And after running the validation, you can see that it is showing an error message that says that the Active Directory domain controller cannot be demoted before the ADDS role can be removed. So what it means is that we have to demote this domain controller before we can remove the Active Directory Domain Services role from the server. So let me click on this link, and the Active Directory Domain Services configuration wizard opens up. Alright, first we have to supply the credentials to perform this operation. By default, it has chosen the domain admin credentials of contoso.local. So we don't need to change the credentials in our case because it has the appropriate permissions to remove this domain controller from the domain. And we also have an option to force the removal of this domain controller. This option can be used to forcefully remove this additional domain controller in case of any errors. So as soon as we click on this, we get a warning message that says to perform the metadata cleanup manually after the demotion if this server is not the last domain controller. So this can be done using NTDS util, but in our case this is the last domain controller for our domain, so we don't have to perform the metadata cleanup. And you can also see that there's a warning message that says that the server will be automatically restarted after the demotion of this additional domain controller. And also we can only remove the Active Directory Domain Services role after the restart. So we'll click next. Alright, in the warning screen it will show the roles hosted by this additional domain controller. It shows that this additional domain controller is hosting DNS and global catalog servers. So before we continue, we need to make sure that there are other DNS and global catalog servers hosted in this domain. In our case, we have our root domain controller hosting these roles, so we can ignore this warning message and check the option that says proceed with removal. So we'll click next. Alright, we need to type the new administrator password. So let me type the new password and confirm it again. And by the way, this will be your local administrator password after this domain controller has been demoted. So I'll click next. Okay, you can review the selections that we have made, and you can also view the PowerShell script for this operation by clicking View Script. So this is the PowerShell script. Let me close this. Alright, now we can click Demote, and you can see that the demotion is in progress. And once it is done, it will restart the server.